if you have any comments on any of our past or present nets. We also have an email address. I'm sorry, email address. I already talked about that. We also have a YouTube channel that is at prepnet-talk2me. Talk to me is the way it appears on your radio. At prepnet-talk2me will be our YouTube channel. So Jim does a lot of hard work for this channel. He brings all the information together. He also watches the email, and he puts together everything that goes on YouTube. He records every net, and then he does an expanded presentation as well, diving deeper into any conversations or questions during that net. If you want, go ahead and go view our previous videos there and get caught up on all our conversations here. Yeah. Or if you miss anything tonight, feel free to check that out once that's posted. All right, guys, it is officially 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go ahead and get this net started. One last quick check. Do we have anybody else that would like to register? Please speak your name and what state you're currently in, and we'll get you registered. If you would like to sit back and just monitor, that's fine as well. Go ahead and register. Just let us know you want to just monitor. Okay, we'll be checking throughout the net here tonight to see if we have anybody else that would like to register. Tonight is continuing on with our subject of all about electricity. This will be part 7, large lithium phosphate batteries. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to Jim.
Don't forget about me, Red Bear. Unit 4 checking in.
Copy that, Unit 4. We'll go ahead and get you wrote down. What state are you in, sir?
Bremen, Georgia.
We got you down, and I won't forget about you. I'm going to put a mark by your name as well, so I know. But let's go ahead and let Jim take this and get us started for the night.
10-4. Okay, thank you, Red Bear. Okay, tonight's thing's going to be lithium iron phosphate batteries, part 1. This will be part 1 of our discussion on lithium iron phosphate batteries, which can provide us with the electrical power when the grid is down. We will start talking about using the single lithium iron phosphate cells to build a battery bank. This will be one of our shorter sessions as we are getting into a more complicated topic. So I don't want to overwhelm you, but we do need to start somewhere. In previous presentations, we have also referred to lithium iron phosphate batteries as LFP batteries. Well, another common reference is LFP, which are the letters for lithium, iron, and phosphate from the periodic table. So in the future, lithium iron phosphate batteries will be referred to as LFP batteries. Right? We will be discussing the lithium iron phosphate battery bank for many more sessions. We will be using terms like voltage, amps, watts, amp hours, watt hours, etc. If you're not familiar with these terms, I would encourage you to view the video on voltage, amps, watts, wire size on our YouTube channel for a more in-depth discussion of these items. It might help with what we discuss here and in the future. Additionally, I have created a video explaining the path I took in creating my LFP battery bank called My LFP Research, How I Got There. This video is also posted on our YouTube channel. Please watch it and our other expanded presentations. Now, down to the LFP batteries. Break. There are 2 ways to build an LFP battery bank. We sort of discussed this in the battery bank basics topic a few weeks ago using pre-built 12-volt LFP batteries. We showed how to connect 12-volt batteries in parallel to increase their total capacity, in series to increase their voltage, and in parallel and series to increase capacity and voltage. The other DIY way is to build your own battery bank using individual 3.2-volt cells. The pre-built 12-volt LFP batteries we talked about before are created using these same single cells. But you get much more control over your battery bank by building your own single cells. Great. Next, we talk about a DIY battery using these single cells. We will mainly refer to the voltage and capacity of the single cell. This is because regardless of the total voltage of your battery bank, whether 12 volts, 24 volts, or 48 volts, the information provided for the single cells will remain the same. This information will let you know the exact state of your battery bank beyond just using the total battery bank voltage. For a 12-volt LFP system, you will have 4 single cells in series. So just take the single cell voltage and times that by 4. For example, each cell is 3.2 volts, which is the nominal voltage of an LFP cell. Then 4 times 3.2 volts equals 12.8 volts. Great. For a 24-volt system, you will have 8 single cells in series. So just take the single cell voltage and times that by 8. That's 8 times 3.2 volts equals 25.2 volts. And for a 48-volt system, you will have 16 single cells in series. So just take the 16 cells times the voltage by 16. That's 16 times 3.2 volts equals 51.2 volts for a 48-volt system. Okay, now we are all confused, so let's continue even deeper. And don't worry. Hopefully, once we delve into this, it will become clearer why we examine each cell rather than the total battery bank's voltage. Great. And I'm going to beat the dead horse some more here. Those who have been here have heard this. Be sure to watch the expanded presentation on our YouTube channel of this presentation for much more information, including diagrams of battery configuration. Can't do that through the radio. And finally, a piece of information here to keep you interested, so you will listen to the rest of the presentation series. My LFP single cells are 280 amp hours each. 4 of them make up a 12-volt battery. Great. The cool thing is that this 280 amp hour LFP 12-volt battery is only 1 inch taller and 1.5 inches longer than a 100 amp hour deep cycle battery. And it weighs half as much, yet has 5.6 times more usable capacity. You get a lot more bang for your buck with LFP batteries. Great. I told you this is going to be a short presentation, and I kept my word. Next week, we'll continue our All About Electricity series and discuss more about single LFP cells and how they make up your battery bank. We'll also answer the questions, what a fully charged and discharged cell voltage is and what causes damage to cells, how hard it is to determine your LFP battery bank's state of charge, what can happen when your cells are unbalanced, and why do you need to have the capacity of all the cells the same. If you have any questions about what we have discussed here tonight, please ask during the roundtable or send your questions to prepnetch14@gmail.com and enter question in the subject line. Break. I know this wasn't a lot of detail this time, but I wanted to set up a beginning baseline to build upon our future net. Since there will be math involved in these future topics, I thought it best to do this in small bites. Next week's net will build upon what I covered here today. I look forward to your questions and comments during the roundtable. Now back to net control.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Yeah, sometimes breaking it down a little bit further, in all honesty, Jim, is a little bit easier because we do tend to cram a lot into our hour block for this net. So with the information that you present and the round table as well, we definitely have a lot going on. So I'll speak up and say I appreciate it when you break them apart a little bit like this. Thank you very much. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this round table in just a second. I just want to check first. Do we have anybody else that would like to register for the net tonight? Go ahead and give us your name and what state you're currently in, and we'll get you registered. If you're only monitoring, that's fine as well. If we could get you registered as well, that would mean a lot to us.
Do we need to register every time? This is Mama Katie. I don't know if I can tell you every time when I come.
Yeah, just to let us know you're here, Mama. I'll get you down, though. What state are you in?
Don't you know? Glendale, Arizona. Just kidding. I'm just going to say.
All right, we've got our first recipient into the net tonight from Glendale, Arizona. No, I know where you're at. Do we have anybody else that would like to register for the net tonight? Okay, we'll continue on with that round table. Jim has presented a lot of information tonight on the single cell and using that to build a battery bank using these LFP batteries. Let's see. Taylor had to go. JW, the floor is yours. Any thoughts, questions, comments on building a battery bank using LFP 3.2 volt batteries?
I don't have any comments to make on the subject, but I do know that I need to get me a notebook and a pen and paper and so I can start jotting down some notes as he goes, because it seems like it's going to get a little more complicated than it was tonight. And I'm going to try to jot some things down to where I have questions to ask at the end when it's my turn to ask them. Because I'm a little vague on that. All I know is car batteries and boat batteries. But I'm sure the concept pretty close, and I'm looking forward to learning about it. Thank you for this, Dan.
Copy that, JW. Yeah, that's part of the reason too why we push to go check out our YouTube channel, is just to get a little bit of understanding, because Jim has been building all the way up through all the nets, and he does do the expanded presentations. He does one after the net, as well as he's starting to do a few here and there before the net, just to kind of present a little bit better what we have going on coming into the net. So, yeah, there's a lot going on YouTube. He does use diagrams and bullet points, things of that nature, just to kind of give us a visual aspect of the information he's presenting. So I got to tell you, I've watched almost all the YouTube videos, and there is a lot of information. The nice thing is you can pause that YouTube video to take your notes. With that, I'm going to give a quick break. Hey, Donna, what's your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This is a topic I'm very interested in. I've been doing a little bit of reading about them, and it seems to me overwhelmingly people seem to prefer the LFP.
Well, as Jim stated, they're a lot lighter. They're easier to transport. So I myself have been doing a little bit more research into the LFP batteries as well after last week's net. So just to kind of get a little bit of curiosity, I mean, doesn't hurt to learn, So the batteries come out, when you build a battery bank, they come out with more bang for your buck, and they last longer as long as you keep up on that maintenance with these batteries. So, all right. Unit 4, do you have any thoughts on tonight's net on the topic about these LFP batteries? All right, we'll get back to him later. So, Mama in Tennessee, I'm unsure how long you've been in the room and how much of the conversation you've heard. Do you have any questions or comments on the LFP batteries?
No, I don't, but I sure appreciate all the effort that you've been putting into it and learning information that I don't already know. Like, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it myself, but I've got a couple of these batteries kicking around the house, and, I'm going to start buying a few more, just to be honest with you, and start building some battery banks just because I want to be ready if anything ever happens and the power does go out. So very, very good bit of information tonight, I think, Jim. So real quick, though, do we have anybody else that would like to register for the net? The floor is yours. Well, I guess any of the questions and comments that everybody's made tonight?
Yeah, we'll go through a couple here. Yeah, as as far as JW and Mama K, yeah, I would definitely, and Red Bear, you already brought this up. I'm going to beat the dead horse. There's a lot of information on our YouTube site. And it can help you not have to take those notes and then make sure you got them right. And again, there's diagrams. It's a PowerPoint presentation that has animations and various things in it, because a lot of this is visual. And the stuff we put in, I can't do it here because it's just not going to make sense. So I would really encourage you, if you're interested in this all about electricity, we're on like part 7 right now. We're going to be going probably 4 or 5 more. It's going to get into hooking up solar panels, how you use your electricity, ways to be, efficient, et cetera, et cetera. So let me break real quick. Encouraging you to buy a particular item, but to give you an idea to where you hear me say something, you'll be able actually to see either the battery or the meter or whatever. So I would really encourage you to do that. And quickly on what Donna said, yes, the LFP batteries, or the lithium iron phosphate, is the main battery that most people use for RVs, use for emergencies, use just for portable operations. So yeah, it is the thing, and there is a lot of different equipment out there. So, and anyway, let me break real quick one more time. Yeah, the battery bank system I have consists of 67 kilowatt hours of power, and it didn't cost me tens of thousands of dollars. You go look and see how much you're going to pay if you buy these all-in-one things that are all ready to go. You're going to pay big, big, big bucks, and they're not going to do what they say they're going to do. So anyway, that's enough. And again, anybody have any questions on anything, go ahead and just, shout it out. Anyway, throw it back to Red Bear.
Hey, where can we find you on the YouTube channel? How do we find that?
If you go into YouTube and you search at PrepNet-Talk2Me, it'll be a capital P on prep and a capital N on net. And then Talk to Me will be the way it appears on your radio. Once again, for the YouTube channel at prepnet-talk2me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, we're going to open it up a little bit more in here tonight. If anybody's got any questions, comments, or concerns about LFP batteries, we're just going to open the floor up for general conversation here, do a round table on these LFP batteries.
Oh, a couple of the things that I've learned by reading, and I'm sure you guys can, let me know if I'm incorrect. But the things that I've been reading about them is that they are lower density, energy density, so you need more of them. And then it's also very important that they not be overcharged.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab that right there. The overcharge thing, yes, is true. Any lithium chemistry, whether it's the lithium iron phosphate, lithium iron, lithium titanate, I can't even pronounce the word. It's a big long word. You don't want to use those. They're expensive. Yeah, you don't want to overcharge them. Their chemistry just doesn't do it. The density thing I've not heard of. Quite frankly, they appear to give you more amp hours or kilowatt hours of power out of them. They're built for that. So I'm not quite sure. I know the battery bank I have, if I were to have the equivalent in lead acid, marine type batteries, it would probably take up 4 to 5 times the space and weigh, God, I couldn't even calculate how much more it would have to weigh. It would probably be 7 to 10 times more what it is, which would require me to have to build some really hefty storage shelves to put them. Anyway, hopefully did that answer your questions, Donna?
Yes, thank you. The one video that I was watching when they were talking about lower density was a year old, so maybe things have changed in that time, or he didn't have all the information.
It's possible. Also, be careful when they use the term density. They may be talking about the fact that the LFP batteries are much lighter. You know, a standard 100 amp hour lead acid battery weighs about 63 pounds. The equivalent of that, in fact, is my 280 amp hour equivalent of that weighs 31 pounds. So that may have been the density. The other thing, when you're on YouTube, and this is for anything, don't just rely on one video. Watch videos from a lot of people and start picking up, everybody is saying this. And, you're much more likely to come away with good information than an offline thing where somebody says something and you take it for gospel and only to find out later that, well, nobody else actually says that because they got it wrong. So if that makes sense. And I've seen this in canning videos and other things where somebody will say something, well, my grandmother did this, and yes, and you're lucky your grandma didn't kill your whole family. Anyway, back to Red Bear.
Yep. When you're talking about canning food, you just open a whole nother jar of worms there. Just because Grandma did it that way. Yep. Okay, but we'll continue on. We won't get into that. We already covered food basics and food storage and whatnot, so we will move on. Do we have any other questions about tonight's topic, the LFP batteries?
No, but I have a comment. I had plenty of those we could have died moments with batteries.
And that's one thing that we really look at. Last week's topic was those lead acid batteries, and we were looking at that and safety. not just, comparing them to the LFP batteries. The LFP batteries, you're going to walk away a lot lighter, yes, which is another safety thing to consider, but also just all around safety and the amount of maintenance that you've got to do to these batteries. So there is that also. Having to open the batteries like the old style lead acid car batteries where you had to keep the water level up in them, I mean, that was very dangerous. With that, I'm going to give a short break here. Do we have any other comments or questions tonight on the LFP batteries? Jim, do you have any other last comments or anything tonight?
No, not really. Not on what we covered on LFPs. It was really very light. And if I would have combined what I was going to do next week, it would have been a really long session, and it would have probably been a lot more confusing. So, just everybody bear with me on these, on these things, because like I say, we're going to do them little bits at a time, and build upon it, because this is a complicated thing, and you do need to understand how all this works if you're going to attempt to do this. And I would encourage you to do it. I just like learning stuff. So anyway, with that, no, I don't have anything else. I'll throw it back to you.
All right. Before we wrap everything up tonight, I want to throw a little bit of information at you guys myself. Once again, the email address, that is prepnetch14@gmail.com. Prepnet channel 14@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. Up in the subject line, put question. If you have any comments, subject line, please put comments and go ahead and email your comment. Take a short pause here. One more time also with the YouTube channel information. The YouTube channel is at prepnet-talk2me. That will be the @ with a capital P for prep, capital N for net, dash talk to me the way it appears on your radio. We'll give one more break here. So if you guys want to go ahead and get yourselves updated on the YouTube channel, definitely do that. And if you find anything that you have questions or comments on our past videos, go ahead and throw an email at us, and we will get back to you on that. If not, bring it into the next net. So you never know. We'll give a short break here. So next Sunday, we'll be getting back together, same time, same channel, and we will be diving deeper into the LFP batteries, as Jim said. But we do have Unit 4. Unit 4, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Unit 4 kind of wants to talk to everybody really quick, if he could, about a veterans help business he's trying to get started. So, Unit 4, go ahead.
Okay, I am trying to start my own business out here in Bremen, Georgia. And if anybody that want to join in, willing to help out with the veterans in the community, I got a Discord channel. I got a Facebook channel. And if anybody that's want to help out with veterans in the community, let me know. Let me break for a minute. Also, I already got the phone number posted on Facebook, my phone number. And if y'all don't have it, send me a message on Discord or Facebook, and I will give y'all the phone number. And my business is going to be called Veterans Relief Service Business. Break. And I hope everybody's willing to help out. I really need people to help me out with my own business. Over.
Hey, Unit 4, can I ask you a quick question on that?
10-4, go ahead.
Could you give us your Discord information so we know how to find you on Discord and on your YouTube channel as well?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do lives on TikTok. If y'all need my TikTok's live name, I do lives about veterans and what we can use on the for the veterans for my business, and also if y'all need any information on stuff, let me know. Over.
Copy that, Unit 4. Okay, everybody, if you're interested, go check him out and give him a shout. See if maybe you can't help him out then. Thanks a lot, Unit 4. We really appreciate the work you're doing trying to get this together, sir.
Yeah, good job, Unit 4.
Thank you.
Before we wrap this net up, do we have any other last comments, questions, or concerns? Okay, guys, I just want to tell everybody that registered, thank you for registering. Without you guys, these nets would not be possible. We will be working on getting some other nets going here over the next couple of weeks, hopefully, on other channels as well. We will be announcing that information on Channel 2 as well as Channel 1. So, yeah, maybe we'll have a topic you're interested in with an up-and-coming net here soon. With that, I'm going to give a short break. So, yeah, thanks again, everybody, for registering for the net. And for anybody who's sitting in the background monitoring that did not register, me and Jim would like to give you a special thank you as well, and maybe encourage you to go ahead and register for the net next Sunday. I also want to thank you, Jim, for all the hard work you do preparing each and every individual net that we do, as well as the YouTube channel and the email. Want to give you a special thanks for all the work and all that information you're presenting to us. Really appreciate it, boss. I'm going to turn the mic over to you for any last thoughts or comments, Jim.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I really don't have anything. And just want to thank everybody for participating. And tell your friends and neighbors, come in here next Sunday. Anyway, thank you.
I would like to say thank you too. I know how much work goes into this, and I really appreciate it. And I just want to say that I'm just sorry that we're all from Glendale, Arizona.
That's it. I'm packing my bags. I'm moving out, going somewhere else. There's got to be a bear cave somewhere in Michigan. All right, guys. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this net up. We're going to shut her down, turn the channel back to regular operations. And once again, thank you, everybody. Hope to see you back next week, next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern down here on Channel 14. We'll keep diving deeper into these LFP batteries.
Thank you.